Hello and welcome to the first podcast for Somerset College. This is Ondine Mond, ex-alumni or current alumni of 2003. This is our first podcast that we're very excited to be bringing to you from Somerset College Library. And today's topic, as you can see from the title, is how to survive your first year. We have two alumni with us. They're very excited here on this hot summer day in this tiny room, which I'm sure you're going to cut out, just to let you know the circumstances. And again, we're going to be talking about how to survive your first year. So buckle up, pour a glass of lemonade, and let's go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
So let's get to know each other. What are your names?
Am I going first?
Okay, I'll go first. So my name is Sophia Downs. I matriculated in 2022, and I'm now studying marketing at IMM.
I'm Jordan Minnaar. I also matriculated in 2022, and I'm studying medicine at Stellenbosch.
Absolutely wonderful. And what years are you in? What year are you in right now?
Currently, I'm in first year, and
Yeah, I've also just finished first year now. We're going to second year next year.
let's
so.
go.
Woo! We
Very
made it.
exciting.
We did make it.
But did you make it? Have you gotten your results?
Yes, I've gotten mine. I don't know if Sophia's
I have not
hers.
gotten mine yet. I'm getting them on the 7th of December.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm freaking
But
out
she will
just a
make
little-
it.
No, I know I'll make it. I studied very, very hard.
So that's one of the big questions: is how do you balance your social life and the studying?
I found it
difficulty.
very, very easy. So, well, no, I did. I'm being serious. So I joined a hockey club in Stellenbosch called Van der Stel. So I had my outlet, which was, of course, hockey and meeting all my new hockey mates and also all my friends that I met through IMM. So it was really nice because all of my IMM friends are very academically driven. So they drove me to pursue good marks at school, but then also my hockey friends were driving me to get better at my hockey skills and to go have fun with them. So it was very nice to have like a mix of both, best of both worlds, as Hannah Montana would say.
Yeah. Insert
Exactly.
song here. And for you, how did you find balancing it?
Oh, I just found my work kept getting in the way of my social life.
Darn it.
I found it really good. I was in res, so sometimes it would be difficult to balance it because there's always things going on in res. But if you surround yourself with a group of people who's like, okay, when we have fun, and when we work, then it's very easy. Like, my friends were also, like Sophia's, like, when it was time to hit the books, we hit the books. And when we wanted to go have fun in Stellenbosch, we went and had fun in Stellenbosch. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. It's really not difficult.
I think that's the key, really, is to find that group of friends that have a good
Of
influence
course.
on you,
Yeah.
because that's everything. They say that the people that are closest to you, it's the 5 people around you that influence you the most. So in terms of res, how did you get into the res? Did you just apply, or did you have to do like an interview process?
Oh no, so I actually got late acceptance. So initially I thought I wasn't going to do medicine and was having a whole crisis about that.
That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah, that's a
how to
whole other
survive.
podcast episode. But then, like, literally 3 days before we were meant to start, I got my acceptance letter. And it was a bit of a mess up because I had to change. So I'd already accepted a degree program on main campus in Stellenbosch. And I had to change my degree. I had to change the res that I was placed in and do all of that on, like, one day.
Oh
The
my
drama.
God.
So that was a bit of a nightmare. But for most people...
They won't go through that.
No, they won't go through that. But for most people, you will just like select your top 3 on your application form, and then you get placed. And obviously, each race has their different requirements, like academic requirements, and they look at your whole profile and things like that. But because I didn't go through that process and I got late acceptance, I was just placed in the res that I'm in now, and I was just kind of like, okay.
Just walked right in.
Yeah, I was like,
Just
okay,
walked
yes,
right
I'm
in.
here now.
What's the name of your res?
I'm in Hippocrates,
Okay.
which is so good. I represent. If you guys want a good race, go to Hippocrates. It's literally the best. I'm so happy that I got placed there. Like, it's been the most amazing experience, and I've made the most amazing friends at this race. It's incredible.
That's true. And are most of them doing medicine?
We're all doing medicine. Because
Okay.
it's on the campus, it's like 300 of you are med students for like your year group, and then all the other degrees like physiotherapy or nursing, it's like the maximum is like 50 of them. So most people in your circle of friends will be doing what you're doing, which is just so great because
So great.
you go to classes together, you figure out the work together. It's like amazing.
And exam-wise, do you feel like there were more exams in your first year than you were used to in school and high school?
Oh, we don't write exams.
You don't write exams?
No.
Yeah, she does not.
No, so-
I do.
Yeah, Sophia does.
Yeah, no. So With the degree I'm taking, we take 3 to 4 modules each semester, and then throughout the year, that's 6 or 7. But no, so because it's only 3 modules per semester, you only really write 3 exams, but you also do 2 giant projects per module. And those projects are rather stressful, but yeah, they get you through. And the lecturers, at least at IMM, they are so driven to make their students, like, excel. So I got help from all of my lecturers. If I had something wrong, I'd go to them, I'd say, please, help me, please. And they'd help me.
And they would.
Yeah. So exam-wise, it was so easy.
So it sounds like they're really giving you a full comprehension of the subject.
No, they really are.
Yeah, different modules, different angles, different projects to work on.
Yeah. And because it's 3 modules per semester, they literally dump all of the content on you, and then they help you through it. It's not like they throw you into the deep end and it's like, oh, you can swim by yourself. No, they literally, they help you, and they lecture you, and they mold you into the perfect marketing person.
And here you are, exactly.
And here I am.
Telling everyone how much you love it. That's all good and well, but now I want to hear the opposite. What was the biggest hurdle for you?
Personally, it was statistics and finance, because I'm not a very mathematically inclined person, right? Love myself some problem solving, but math and I we don't gel. So I was thrown into the deep end with regards to finance and statistics. But as I said, my lecturers really helped me through it. If I did not understand binomial distribution, and then he taught me everything, my lecturer. So bless his soul. Shout out to him. But yeah, it was really difficult in the beginning because I had no concept of what any of it was. But I mean, with the help of all of my friends at school, they literally taught me everything.
Yeah. So that's camaraderie.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I think that's what we also find with Somerset College. Like, it's a smaller high school than most of the other schools.
Yeah,
so
of course.
you guys are still close friends. You're not at
the
same
literally. We saw each other the other day.
Yeah, we were literally hanging out on Sunday.
Had a sleepover.
Yeah.
Oh, sisters. And for you, what would you say? It doesn't have to be a subject. Like, what was one of the biggest surprises that you got for first year?
Bad
surprise.
So I think the biggest thing for me was just our degree updated the curriculum about a year ago. So we're like the second year group with this new curriculum. And I think what was very different for me is like this new curriculum is a lot more like practical than theory based, which is so good, but it also has its like unique challenges in a way. So we one of the things that was very like, oh my word, we're being thrown in the deep end a bit, was we attend clinics, and we work in the clinic. Sophia knows, I've talked to her so many times about
trauma dump.
Yeah, traumatizing. No, it's actually fine, but it was just really weird because obviously you're a first year and you know nothing, and they're putting you in these community clinics, and because it's like kind of impoverished areas, everyone's just looking to you for help, and you can't really do anything. And that initially was very like, oh my word, I don't know what I'm meant to do. I just want to stay out of the way of the nurses and the doctors, and like
just pretend to be a patient.
Yeah, literally, I'm just standing in the corner like, I'm sorry for being here. But that was initially. But what is so cool about it actually is like throughout the semester you learn different skills, whether it's like CPR or like how to do a blood glucose test, and then you get to practice those as you learn them in the clinic on real patients, which is like, it's really cool when you actually know something and you can show up and be like, I actually know something. Like, now I can be helpful, you know. It was scary at first, but like I can see the value in it, definitely.
Yeah. Did you have to do a clinic at the end of the year? Have you been able to see your growth? Yeah,
so we've been doing it throughout the year. We actually got moved to a different clinic like halfway through the year because they were like, your clinic's too small, there's not a lot that you can do here anymore. So the clinic that I'm working at, was working at before the semester ended, was Delft CHC, which was absolutely massive. It's like a mini hospital, but it's very cool because I mean, it's such an opportunity to learn, and I like the projects. A lot of the projects have to do with us interacting with the local community and finding out about their circumstances and about like the local issues that plague the community, and that's really interesting. It was, an amazing experience, but definitely sometimes you feel like, oh my word, what am I doing here? Like, I don't know what to do with myself, which was definitely an adjustment.
I'm just gonna hold this needle and hope that no one asks me to use it.
Yeah.
You will see growth over time. And I think the first year, you know the least you're going to know.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what's so important is, I'm on the other side of that, and I'm in the working world, and it's so scary. And I always tell myself, like when I'm starting a new project, because I'm a writer, so I don't start a job, it's a project. And I always say, well, today is the first day and I know the least I'm ever going to know. And then you just kind of breathe.
Yeah,
No,
it's like
exactly.
accept it, move
Yeah,
on.
you're not the only one.
Exactly.
So that also helps. So completely changing gears here. Food. How do you
goodness.
afford?
Oh, no.
Are you eating? Should we tell your parents? Should we be worried?
No,
Are you eating?
no,
Okay.
don't be worried. Plain pasta with olive oil and salt. It is
Gem.
so good. But I mean, bless my mom, because she literally takes me in every single weekend. Thankfully, I drive, like, it's a 20-minute drive home. But I drive home every weekend and I raid the cupboards. I'm like, Mom, please, leftovers, anything. And then I bring it home for me and my roommate to devour.
To share.
Yeah.
You're a good person.
Sometimes I keep it for myself and I'm like, maybe not today. But tomorrow you can have some.
No, I also cook for myself. I don't know if it's like slandering the but no one eats the res food. That's all I'm gonna say.
No comment.
I'm not gonna talk about the consequences, but everyone cooks in res.
You have to tell me, what's one of the res like dishes that they offer?
Oh, I've just never gone. After everyone will know when you get to varsity, especially at Stellenbosch, it's like the first year gastro that happens in the orientation week. It goes around main campus, the medicine campus, just everywhere. No one knows what it is. No one knows where it comes from. But after that, I was like, nope, I'm done. I was like, I'm going to cook for myself. But yeah, sometimes it gets a bit rough, times are tough. But my res friends, we help each other out. So like one night I'll make like a huge bowl of pasta with like really good stuff in it, and then some of my friends will like eat off my food, and then the next night I'll eat off their food, and it's like you all just make it work. You'll never go hungry in res.
Yeah.
And also if you are on the medicine campus, the shell right there sells 9 rand samosas. If things really get rough, then that's where you
your
go.
go-to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what do you say? What's your top tip?
Canned tuna with a spoonful of mayonnaise, mix it up, and just eat it.
Dude, it's
Yeah,
everything.
absolutely.
Everything.
But even tuna in pasta.
That
it
slaps.
it is so versatile, and you can keep it for like years.
In the can.
In the
please.
can. Yeah. At a stage, I had like 18 cans of tuna on my
same.
shelf, and it was like tuna 5 ways every single day.
In your res, would you let your parents, your family come and walk through and see your dorm, or is it like a mess?
Oh, no, never. I tried my best because I had a roommate, and it was purely out of respect for my roommate. But sometimes things just get away from you. Because we don't write exams, we write every 2 weeks, so it's continuous assessment, and we obviously have projects and assignments in between. But in that test week, it is like feral times.
Chaos.
Chaos. Like, you are waking up at like 4, you are studying till like 12, you are like not eating, you are not showering, you are not cleaning your room. It's like, during that week, it was like nightmare. I was like, no human being can enter this space. Then I clean it when we're not writing, and then I'm like, okay, everything's
And then it just goes, it's a
Yeah,
continuous
it's a cycle.
cycle.
It's a cycle. How do you reward yourself? So after all this hard work of the feral chaos times in the room, what do you do to say, okay, cool, that was worth it before the results come out?
Well, you see, we were like so good at rewarding ourselves actually, which is why we kept ending up in this situation because we write on a 2-week schedule. What most people would do is start studying in the off weeks, but because we were constantly cramming, we were like, we worked so hard.
We need a break.
We need a break. Let's just take the week off.
The whole week. And
The whole week. Do not recommend. This is not sound advice. And like any senior in any res will tell you is that first year is the time to live your life. Like, it was definitely hard work, but I don't regret any of the experiences that I had during those off weeks because it's the only time I'm going to be able to do it. Like, next year is absolutely crazy in every degree program. I mean, sometimes my friends and I would just go to the beach, or we would like drive to a restaurant and get a bite, and like those memories I will like cherish forever. And I'm so glad I didn't spend that time constantly with my head in the books. It's not the end of the world if you are getting like, I think it's a big shock for people when they go from like top 10 in school to getting like 60s and 70s or 50s in varsity. But like, it's not the end of the world. You just have to enjoy your time there at the end of the day. Like, it's so short. I mean, I can't believe how fast this year has gone by. It is ridiculous.
It was literally like the other day that I moved into my apartment.
Yeah.
And now,
I'm moving out into my new one today.
Yeah,
Don't
totally.
spend like all of your first year with just your head in the books. You'll
Yeah,
be very
no.
sad when it's over because it only just gets more intense. And like, first year is really like, have balance, do your schoolwork, but also it's fine if things don't go super well.
Enjoy your friends.
Exactly.
That's the other part of it.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's
definitely.
pretty good advice. Like, of course, like, be ambitious, study hard, but just remember that you need to lean on your friends for support.
Absolutely.
No,
Because
exactly.
what you're saying now, you're not saying like, oh, you just went and like, went home and like watched TV on your off time. You were with people, and that's what really got you through it. I think
it was
is
amazing.
Your friends. Your
I
buddies.
would recommend Rez to like anyone.
That's so brilliant.
It is so like the friends that I made there. They are literally like it's 2 people specifically. They are literally like my 2 best friends in the entire. We've done everything together. If one person needs to go to the shop, we all go to the shop. If someone needs to walk to go buy a Red Bull, we all have to go walk to buy a Red Bull. And it's like it's been so incredible because like spending those moments with them in like our off time has really like cemented that friendship between all of us.
They're actually like outside the library right now waiting. They're like,
Jordan, are you
all do
finishing up
podcasts.
yet?
Yeah.
Did you have a song? Did you have like any like amp up song to like get you to focus? Like any playlist?
Piano essentials. Oh my goodness. I put my noise cancelling headphones on and the world disappears and I just study. It is so peaceful. Have myself a cup of tea. I have my...
Caffeinated tea or non-caffeinated?
No. No. I mean, I have my morning coffee every single morning, but then after that, I get a headache. Rooibos tea is the way to go.
You say also Mozart fan?
Oh no, I have to study in like dead silence. Like I literally, like we have this one room in our res. It's called the Ratsal. It's literally the 3 of us basically just live there the whole year. Like we sit there dead quiet. No one's allowed to speak. Like we're all just studying. When we would have our moments of like, oh my word, this is getting really tough, or it's like really late. Obviously we energy drinks. Don't do that. It's so bad for you. But sometimes we would just take breaks and like make TikToks. Or we would just specifically the song "I'm Just Ken" from the Barbie movie. We would like go sit in someone's car and like blast it at full volume and just get all the feelings out.
And then when you're studying, do you do Pomodoro? Do you have anything like that, a technique?
My studying technique is a bit crazy. It works. Let me just say this is what works for me. Let me not say it works just period. So what I do is, so we work on PowerPoint slides and you obviously have to just memorize a bunch of content. I will like count how much content I have to memorize, and then I know I can do like 20 to 30 slides in an hour, and then I just break up each section and I'll take like 15-30 minutes in between, because then it's also like I know, okay, I just have to work for like 2 hours, then I've got a break. Work for like 3 hours, finish the section, then I've got a break.
How long of a break would you take? Like 20 minutes, half an hour?
Well, it depends on how long I'm working for. So if I study for 3 hours, I'll take like a 30-minute break. So what I do is I'll plan my entire day out. I'll set alarms from when I wake up to when I go to bed. And the alarms will be like, okay, at this point you need to start studying for 3 hours, done, break, done. And it's like my whole day is planned out like that, including like lunch, dinner, breakfast, recreational breaks, like if I want to go to the gym or something like that. And like, it sounds really crazy, but it really, like, when you have so much work to tackle, having that structure is just so helpful, because you know at the end of it, you're going to cover all the work. Like, perfect. And that is just, it keeps you from like stressing out and like spiraling and getting anxiety. You're like, if I just stick to this, all the work will be done. I'll know I get a good mark. Like everything will be fine. But people think I'm like so psychotic when I'm like in the middle of a meal and my alarm goes off. I'm like, I have to go. Gotta go.
I'm out of here.
Sorry, I have to leave.
I'm gonna take this with me. But I love it. What you're saying is it's time management.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are beginning to spiral out and completely lose it. You can take a deep breath and be like, okay, wait, but I know what I'm meant to be doing in 10 minutes time. Yeah. So it's fine. You don't have to think. It's like having like one outfit for a month. You don't have to think about anything.
Because we have anatomy, physiology, and histology. And for one of those sections, you'll have like 300 slides. And then it just feels like this mountain of work. But if you just break it down, then it's easy. Just do the schedule and then it works.
What would you say would be one of your biggest lessons from first year?
You have to have a routine. So within the first week that I was at varsity, I literally panicked. I didn't know what to do with myself. I'd go to class, then I'd come back to my apartment and twiddle my thumbs. I had no idea what to do with myself. And Annie, my roommate, would be at university, so it's like I couldn't go bother her. So then I was like, okay, I actually have to sit myself down and make a routine for myself. So now I go to class, I go to gym, I go get coffee with my friends, then I go study. Like, I have to have a routine or else I will lose my mind.
Absolutely.
To put it
mildly.
Don't
nicely,
worry,
parents. Like, I'm not gonna completely
I'll go
lose
crazy,
it.
but like, don't stress.
No, I'll be okay. But
Again, so what we're saying is like it's a balance. It's like you
No,
have to have a whole
exactly.
life. You can't just be working, although
No.
like
No, definitely.
it would be nice to to think you could be a machine. You need to have friends.
Yeah.
You need to have an outlet like the gym, like hockey, like something.
Exactly.
And then you go to bed just like this whole person.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure like when times are tough, you have these friends to lean on, and that's like gold. You need someone to talk to.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, there's been...
Any other like lost words, word of warning or enthusiasm?
Don't drink the Stellenbosch water.
Yeah, do not. Do not.
That's
do
just
not.
some advice.
Even if you're not first year, just anyone.
Just
Yeah.
anyone.
Stellenbosch water.
You can drink the water on the medicine campus, it's fine, but not the
It'll do
Stellenbosch
things to your
water.
stomach. I don't. Yeah.
You've
no.
lived to tell the
No,
tale.
yeah. No comment on what it does, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. One other thing I'd say is keep your high school friends. Like Jordan,
Absolutely.
like we were in the same English class
Yeah.
with Miss Humphreys, and Anya, who was going to be here, like all three of us were in the same English class through grade 11 and 12,
Yeah.
and we're still friends now.
It's really important, and also like Somerset College is such a close community. Like it's really valuable to keep these friendships, because I think the kind of people that come out of here, like, they just bring so much value to the world. Like, not even on like a personal level, but like the connections, guys. Damn. Keep close to these people.
But you are right. I mean, we're going to be talking about that in the future. You've segued us nicely into our future
Yeah, the next
episode.
podcast.
Stay tuned. Somerset College. Why it is valuable to send your child here. Thanks so much for representing Somerset College, representing your universities, your dorm. It's been such a pleasure. I hope that you listening have been entertained at the very
Absolutely.
least, but also
Gosh, I
learned a
hope.
little bit about what first year has in store for you, or what you missed out if you didn't go to college. But there's always a community out there for you somewhere in the world. Thank you so much for listening, and goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.